Hello, everybody. Hi, it's Patrick. I'm back on the. I'm finally back with the chat with Pat. It seems to be working. Bonjour tout le monde. On est arrivé pour le chat with Pat. So you are actually in my son's room right now for the chat with Pat, of course, because I had to move. I don't know if I have problem with my internet on this side or if in Argentina we seem to have problem with internet, but it doesn't matter. We're going to start the chat with Pat. So please, we're going to welcome a seventh Dan. She's part of the IGF staff of expert for the IGF Academy courses, head coach for Judo School government program. She teaches seminars for coaches and athletes in Finland, Sweden, Israel, and all over Argentina. She was national coach for women judo in Argentina, cadet, junior, and senior. Two-time Pan Am champion and medalist in more than 30 best level international tournaments. But more than that, she's born in Buenos Aires and world champion in 2003 in Osaka. She represented Argentina during her career. Let's welcome our new assistant for the national team judo coach, Daniela Krukower. So I will bring her in the chat with Pat for the first interview live. Daniela, welcome.
Hi, Pat. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
I'm very good, but finally we did it. We are able to have you on this interview tonight. Sorry for all
Yeah.
this little technical problem. I hope everything will be okay now for the rest of the interview. And how is it for you in Argentina right now? How is everything?
Well, everything is quite fine. I think it's too open for the pandemic issue here, but so everybody's happy, but it's not health is not the best thing about this situation.
True.
But besides that, we are having a great weather. So as you can see, I'm like it's summertime. Can you hear me well? Is my connection
Yeah,
okay, or it's a
sometimes we
little
have
bit
some.
off? Huh?
Yes, I think, you know what, Daniela? I really think the virus has affected our internet. Now is starting to attack us on everywhere. Listen, I am sure the people will understand. Please, folks, be patient. We will do this interview and I'm sure it will go well. We just have to sometimes wait a little bit, but we'll fix it. So
Yeah,
let's start the interview. You grew up in Israel, right? Tell us more a
yeah.
little bit about this.
Well, I was born in Argentina, as you said, and when I was young, I was 7 or 8 years old. We went to Israel with my parents and two brothers, older brothers. So since then, I grew up in Israel until I was 24 years old. So quite a long time.
Hmm. Oh, so you have two brothers. So I will get back to this after a little bit, but
Okay.
um, I also read, that you were very good in many sport. You were very good in tennis, in triathlon, in track and field. Is there a sport you're not good?
Yes, of course. There are many sports I'm not good at, but I'm really not good at kite surfing. I'm trying my
No.
best since about 12 years ago or 15 years ago. I started with the kite surf, and I just can't seem to get it right. So there is an example of a sport that I'm really trying for several years. I can show you a few videos that I'm like writing on the table, and it was really good, but I can't say I'm good at it because I'm not.
Okay, I'm so happy that you said that you're gonna show me video, but you're never gonna put me on a kite. Yeah, no way, no way.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
A
I'm
lot of
sure.
adrenaline.
Oh, I am 100% sure it is beautiful. But I did judo because when your feet are on the floor, it's the best thing. So that's why I did judo. So you said that you have two brothers.
Yeah.
One lives maybe in Sweden.
Yeah, it's actually is it's in Finland, but it's
Okay.
an island that is closer to Sweden than Finland.
Okay, and
So he speaks Swedish.
the other one lives where?
Oh, the other one lives with you guys in Montreal.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna come to Montreal, and then you will be able to spend a lot of time with your brother right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That would be great. That would be great. Because a
Oh
lot of
my.
many years we're not together as a whole family because we're all spread out in the world, and it's really nice when we get together. And we actually celebrated my dad's 80th birthday there in Montreal in my brother's house. So it
Wow.
was beautiful.
Super. Well, I'm sure he's excited to see you soon. And someone told me that you like cats.
Oh yeah. I love all animals. I mean, I'm like very sensitive about animals and animals' rights and stuff like that. I'm not vegetarian just yet. Not it's really really difficult to be vegetarian, with the asado and all. But yeah, I love cats. I have one of them just sitting right here, making
So,
me company.
are you going to bring them to Canada when you come, coach?
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I mean, first, it's going to be my move, and I want to be certain that everything is okay. First, the important thing is to be okay over there, and then
yes.
bring them along.
Bring them along after that. Well, I'm sure you will get along with Krista Degucci because
Oh,
Krista, you go on Instagram to see. I think half of her pictures is her cats. Her
oh,
She loves animals, so you will get along with Krista 100% for sure.
for sure,
Yes.
for sure.
You started judo in 1980,
Right.
and since then you haven't stopped.
Yeah, actually, I have stopped. I was 5.5 years old when I started judo. Just, I pushed myself into judo because I wasn't allowed. I was too young at that time.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, too young. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I was. Um, Actually, I was going to a course of gymnastics, actually. Regular gymnastics, and my brothers would go to judo in the River Plate Club. But I would go after my gymnastic class to the judo hall, to the dojo, and try to do the whole class just outside, near the class, just imitating them, but outside. So I would go with my brothers to the competitions and go on the mat in the recess and the break and just fight with myself and do judo all by myself like pantomime. So I was like, uh, people tell me I don't really remember, but I was crazy about judo. That's why we had a Japanese sensei, Fukuma sensei, that he would say that until 8 years old, he didn't let anybody go on the mat. But I was already in the class, doing the class just outside. So he said, okay, she's doing the whole class. Instead of just going over, just put her on the mat and she's, she can go.
Make it easier. Make it easier.
Yeah,
You might as
yeah,
well get a.
I wouldn't distract everybody. But when I was about 13 years old, I decided to leave judo and actually dedicate my time to tennis and track and field, high jump, actually,
Oh,
triathlon, all the sports that you said.
high jump, sky. Okay, I get it. I get it. You like to. Okay.
Go high.
Yeah, go high. Go high. And so after that, you came back to judo.
Yeah,
When was it? It was it when you started your military service in
yeah,
1994 somewhere?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It actually has to do with our day today, the Women International Day. So I take the opportunity to congratulate all women all over because it has to do with it because I left judo because it was considered a masculine sport. And when you're a teenager, it affects you. It affects you. I didn't handle it well, of course. I couldn't handle it. I didn't have the tools to handle guys or boys coming to me and telling me, hey, Daniela, let's fight. And all I wanted at that age is that people tell me, hey, let's go dancing or something. Let's fight. Wow. And all those things. I wasn't able to deal with it, actually. So that was one of the reasons I left judo and dedicated
Interesting.
my time to tennis or track and field or these sports that are a little bit considered as more feminine, So it's only when I was 18 or 19 years old, when I was mature enough and secure enough to go back to judo with all the reasons I had, to leave and to go back and all this kind of stuff apart. I had a lot of help from my general, my captain in the army, to it really helped me out to go back to
To the
judo.
judo.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was doing in the military service, I was doing a course of instructors of Krav Maga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and that was my general in that time was the head instructor of Krav Maga in the Israeli Defense Force, and he came to me in the middle of the course. There is distance and stuff like that. That you have to respect the general and all. And he said to me, Daniela, what are you looking for in sport? What do you want? And can you hear me well, or
Yeah,
does
yes,
it
yes,
cut?
yes, yes, yes. I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
Yeah. Okay. So he came to me and he asked me, Daniela. He saw me training, of course, and he knew about my curriculum. I was an Israeli champion, cadets and junior and stuff. What do you want to do with sport? And I said, I want to be the best in the world. I want to be the best. So he answered, so you got to go back to judo fast. And I was like training track and field at that time, at that point. And I just listened to him. It's a
Well,
very,
I think he played a big role in your career, and
yeah,
as per today, because he let's say he could see in the future.
yeah, he's like actually a spiritual father for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
nice.
see the future. Yeah.
Um, you just said that you were certified Krav Maga, meaning you received certification where now you today you can teach military and police officer, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you can you tell us a little bit more about that? And it will be. I know that you've been giving a lot of self defense, and so I'm sure people wants to hear a little bit more about this. So tell us
Oh,
about this.
mm. Well, the Krav Maga is the system that the Israelis invented. Actually, it was one guy that invented it out of necessity in the Second World War. He was a Hungarian guy that suffered from, of course, discrimination. He was a wrestler and judoka and boxer. He had a lot of combat sports, and he wanted to go to the Olympic Games, but they wouldn't let him because he was Jew. He was Jewish. And after being hassled a lot, he escaped to Israel and then started a system that he invented, took out of all combat sports the best to make it efficient in the street in real life
In real
situations.
life situation, okay.
So yeah, so the inventor was actually a judoka, but they specialized in wrestling. This became the system of Israel for self-defense in the military and the police force, and of course the civilian part. Um, and well, I started teaching it actually in Israel. But when I came here to Argentina, people asked me about it, and I didn't want to teach it because I didn't know was allowed, if I had like the okay, teach it. So I actually asked again my ex-general at that time, and he said, yes, it's okay. We did like an international thing. We opened the doors, and it's okay if you teach this. It's not a secret thing. It's just like, we I learned it in the military. I didn't know if it's okay to teach it outside. I wanted to help people to defend themselves. I heard about so many things in Argentina about people, getting robbed or getting hassled and bullied and all these things that I really wanted to help. That's why I started again to teach and to learn. Krav Maga, became an expert too in an organization from Israel, and with the project that we did with Judo Canada, it's a very, very interesting project in which we take a lot of Krav Maga and a lot of Judo, and we try to mix it together in order to take the best of everything, not only Judo, not only Krav Maga, but Jiu-Jitsu, and the idea of the whole system is that you will be able to defend yourself as fast as you can, and in the minimal requirements, the minimum time of learning, and that's a big difference with
It
the
is, yes.
Judo. The Neto Judo is that you really need a lot of time, of practice time, in order for me to say, okay, I can do Ippon Suenage, or I can do any waza or any technique. I should learn at least 10 years, and I never stop learning. I'm still learning Judo.
Learning every day.
You will always learn Judo. And in order for me to help someone, I need to give him or her a fast solution, a fast learning system, so he or she can defend themselves in a real life situation. So we really have to be able to see further on and try to be more aware of our natural instincts or our natural responses, and try to trust ourselves a little bit more, because the fear is made for something. The intuition is made for something. And this is not something that we as competitors or judo players or judokas, not only, of course, in competition, we are not aware of. We react as judokas, and sometimes it's quite difficult for a judoka to understand the normal, the normal people that just react.
Well, that I'm sure all our membership and all the people across Canada will be very happy to learn and to get all this learning from you. And of course, we're really happy to have you. So now we will have all the secrets, and we will be ready. Yes, we will be stronger. So. You represented Argentina at 3 Olympic Games, and you finished 5th in 2004. What souvenirs do you keep from that moment?
Well, the 3 Olympic Games were, any Olympic game is very unique, and each Olympic game left something in me, in my heart, in my body, in my skin, and it was really, really strong, that sensation. The Olympics in 2004, of course, it was a very special moment in my career. I was world champion. I came as a world champion, and maybe, of course, not only my expectations, of course, were high, but everybody's expectations, like, what is she going to do? And I had to take this, because it was a very traumatic moment in which in the semifinal I got injured. I dislocated my elbow, and I had to become stronger than that. I don't know how to explain it to you, but if I didn't convert it into something positive, I wouldn't be able to continue.
True.
with my judo career or anything, with anything that So as I see it, I always saw it like that. Like immediately, I was very sad and it was hurting like hell, But
I can believe.
yeah, the elbow dislocation is like wow,
Yeah.
and and I had to take it somewhere positive. I had to say like there was no way that someone could beat me that day. The only way that to take me out of the tatami was on a wheelchair or on a bed like that, like because I wasn't going to give up, I wasn't going to lose, and I didn't. I was injured, so the sensation was okay. I was one of the four best women in the world
In the
in that
world.
game, and I didn't lose. So maybe it's a little bit narcissistic of me, but this is the way I could handle this tragic moment, if you want. So
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want that to eat you up for the rest of your life, and
exactly,
you don't want to stay, in the past. You want to move forward. So
yeah,
it's a good way to cope with the situation and to handle it,
yes,
and makes you stronger today, I'm sure.
yeah. I think like everything that you do has to teach you something. Um,
Oh
e-
my God, my God, we should tell that to all kids, eh? Oof, we have to repeat, repeat, repeat.
yeah, because when you take a kid or a person or a judoka, cadet, junior, or even senior, and they lose in a combat and they get really frustrated, then it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be nervous, but you should take out something. You should learn something.
Learn.
That's the idea. If you just kick the walls and kick yourself because you lost, then you only get the sensations out of it. You don't get a learning process.
True.
Um,
Well, well,
so
well. I'm sure our athletes will be in good hands. I can
uh,
tell
I hope so.
they will. Um, Now, few questions to go, a little bit quicker, but because we have other questions concerning all your career and everything going on. But did you think judo would play such a big part in your life?
uh,
Not at 5.5 years old, but
right. I knew judo was a really important part of my life. I always knew it. When I was small, I always knew it. I left judo at 13 knowing that judo is an important part of my life. It's an important part of me, of who I am. It was everywhere. Judo was everywhere. Like during everything I did. And one of the reasons I decided to come back, of course, it was my general. But when I was in track and field and I was running the hurdles, the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
80
yeah.
meters that in that moment for women was 80-meter hurdles. I was actually wanting to attack the hurdles. I wanted to crush the hurdles. I didn't think about just passing them. I just, I was like, I want to beat you. Then I said, hey, something's wrong with me. This is not my sport. This is what I should do. So that like maybe a click somewhere.
Well, I guess like you said, for the 80 meters hurdles. So I believe that in any sport you do or you practice, you play, of course, but
Yeah.
you play and there's something in your little here says, no, I want to win. There's no such thing as play. It doesn't
Right?
exist, the word play, eh?
If you're a competitor and you have this thing of being better,
Yeah.
then yeah,
So
it happens.
are you the kind of person, if you run on the treadmill, you get mad at the treadmill because it's not going fast enough or something?
No, no. I'm more calm now. I can
Uh,
lose in a card game. I can lose, and I'm not gonna take the table all out, and throw everything. No, I'm calm. I'm okay.
okay, we're good. We're good. um, uh, I'm gonna say a sentence, and you're gonna try to finish it. if I wasn't involved in judo, I would be.
Involved in anything that I could help and teach people to be themselves and better.
Hmm,
Ah,
interesting. um, now it's this question is a question that I really wanted to ask you because me. I have a passion like you, judo and sport. I love this, but I have another passion. It's not kite or whatever, motorcycle.
oh,
And I saw on Instagram that you seem to like motorcycle, but not not
any motorcycle.
not any but any kind of motorcycle. You like Harley Davidson?
Yes, that's,
Whoa!
must
Where?
admit, it's like the love of my life or something.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Me
Um,
too. Me
yours
too.
too?
I
Yours
love
too?
motorcycle. I don't
Oh,
have a Harley. Um, I wanted to have one. I don't have it yet. So I will let you tell me stories, of this nice sound and everything.
okay, okay. I used to say the same thing you just said. I always wanted a Harley. I couldn't get it just yet, so I just did. I just
Oh,
did. And, it was like I think it was August, last August. It was pandemic
really?
time. Yeah.
And
Uh, I always had motorcycles, but
yes, me
uh,
too. But not
yeah,
a
but
Harley.
no, no, of course not at Harley. I even got to have a Suzuki GS 500, like big motors. You too.
I
So,
had a CBR 1000 from
oh
Honda.
my god, yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, yeah. But my idea of a motorcycle wasn't the speed. It was just, to get me somewhere, to get me from one point to another point. Maybe it's a little bit more economic. Maybe it's faster. Maybe you have where to put it. The car. Maybe you have
Yes.
to find a garage or something. So there are a lot of things that has the advantage in the motorcycle, but I didn't see myself as a motorcycle woman, like uh, until I had the Harley, because the Harley was always the dream, and I got to a point where I said, "Hey, I can have it, because I had the opportunity. I have a friend that is connected with the Harley concession. It's all the thing, and I had a dream actually. You will not believe me. You think I'm crazy or something, but I
No, no,
had
no.
a dream that I bought a Harley. I just had to decide which from a guy that used Harley. Like there was nothing good at that Harley, but it was a Harley, and I was just deciding which one and everything. So when I woke up, I called this guy, a student of mine of Krav Maga, which has the contact of Harley, and I told him that dream. And he always told me, Daniela, you will have your Harley sooner than you think. You will have your Harley. And when I told him that dream, he said, wait for me. I'm calling you in 5 minutes. He called the owner of Harley here in Buenos Aires. And like, okay, which one do you want? How many? Okay, what you don't have, I will help you. Don't worry about a thing. You will have your Harley. And that was it. And I said, you live only once, and I always wanted it. It was always a dream. And
Well,
I just decided, what the heck?
it is a great idea. I'm sure we will discuss more about this, me and you, and I will present friends of mine that are motorcycle, crazy motorcycle guys. Yes, there is a very known judoka here in Quebec. His name is Roger Tremblay, and he loves motorcycle. So
Oh, wow.
we will have we will have this. I will present you crazy people just like us.
Cool, cool.
Okay, let's go back to judo because I'm sure people listening right now they're like, hey, we're supposed to talk about judo, not motorcycles. But I had to ask the question. So, um, on the world circuit, uh, you had, very, very, very nice career and very memorable moments. But as a competitor, which one? I probably know the answer, but which one was your most memorable moment as competitor?
Well, yeah, you know the answer.
Yeah, of course.
The moment I won the world championship. Um,
It
it
must be.
was
It must be like you
was
know.
a very unique. It was like everything I did came all together. It was a grateful moment for me because I left I left Israel because of judo. I came back to Argentina when I was 24 to represent Argentina, but I learned judo, like real competitive judo, in Israel. My first steps, of course, were here in Argentina, but um, I have to be grateful to the Israelis because everything I knew until the moment was from Israel. So it's like everything came together, right? But I didn't have the opportunity to represent Israel in the Olympic Games. So that's why I contacted the Argentina Confederation and finally came here. But I came here with a suitcase and an open ticket, a 1 year open ticket. I didn't really think I would stay in Argentina. And when I won the world championship, I was grateful to everybody, like to the Israelis and to the Argentinians,
You know.
and of course, everybody that believed in me. It was like a moment that I said, thank you. It was really, really strong. Emotion. I don't know I get emotional, but that was a moment that I felt for a second on top of the world, like
Well,
literally.
I cannot imagine, but I listen to you and I'm like, oh, if we could live this once, but
It
I'm
was a
sure.
very, very special moment, Pat, because I went alone. I
Yeah,
didn't
at
have
the
a
same
coach
time. Oh,
at the time. We were like in Argentina. It was very, very basic. We didn't have a lot of money or support at that time, and it wasn't a known sport. So it was like we were five athletes that each and every one of us just sort of made it for himself. um, we booked our own hotel, or each and every one of us was in another hotel. It wasn't a delegation. It was just athletes that came from Argentina.
so
And
it gives even more power to this medal because it's something that you went for, that you worked for, that everything was done by you. So it's
yeah,
even
yeah, of
more
course, I had a lot of help. I had the coaches to thank to, and but that moment, it was all, it
magic.
was, I was alone. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I it was like filling my heart with a lot of gratitude, because all every every person that was with me somehow along the way was inside, uh, in that moment. So I didn't run up to a coach to hug because I didn't have my coach. I did hug a friend of mine that went in the final. There was a competitor that she said, "Hey, Daniela, do you want me to go with you to the final? I don't want you to be alone." Yeah, sure, come. I said, it was like that.
Oh my. Oh, what a story.
Yeah. And in the semifinal, my friend wasn't with me. I was alone, and when I didn't know I was winning. It was against Ilenia Scapi from Italy. And I thought I was losing the fight 4 seconds
Oh,
before the
you
end.
were not realizing you were winning.
know. I was so
Oh,
concentrated. I didn't have my coach to tell me, hey, just, do kumikata or something, it's 4 seconds. So I went to a morote gari. That's our time you could grab the legs. So we both went to morote gari because we had 4 seconds. She knew she was losing, and I thought I was losing. So we both went to morote gari in that 4 seconds. That was crazy. I still thought I lost until I heard the crowd. I heard the Israelis shouting, Daniela,
ah,
Daniela, Daniela. And then I look at the board and I say, wait, this is Argentina. It's like, Argentina won. It's, what? I said, oh, and I was like, I started crying and I didn't have no one to hug. So I went to hug the girl with the basket with
with,
my stuff. And Japanese, she didn't understand anything. She said like, okay,
it must
okay,
have been
like
like this, waiting and
yeah. That was the
well,
funniest.
yeah, it is. At the same time, while we're talking, there is people writing things on the chat, and
Oh,
you probably know Andre Sunday. Or well, he just said no. Keep talking about motorcycles. So no, 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 we won't do that. And there's somebody from Ecuador saying hello to us, Alfredo Bustos Real. So
oh,
so we say hello, and we will keep this interview going. Um, hey, wait, I had so many questions. Um, we talked about. Sorry, I have all my questions on this side because I have to
yeah.
read on the corner like this. uh, we talked about this. Oh, let's go there. You will become the new assistant national coach for Canada. What made you I know you want to see your brother. I know you love kites. Don't tell me you like snow because no, no, no. Please don't say that. But
Okay.
what made you decide to apply for this position, to apply for assistant national coach in Canada?
Well, I know very well Marie-Hélène and Nicolas. We go way back. And there were a couple of times during my career as coach that I thought about it. That job offers came, um, and last year, it was 2 years ago. I think it was 2019. The end of 2019, I went to Canada
Yes,
to make a tour,
in
and
Alberta. Wasn't it
first
in
in
Alberta?
I was in Toronto and Montreal. It was three great places that I've been, and I got along with the people. I love the people in Canada, and I think it was very fruitful. And then we got to talking directly with, of course, Nico and Marilyn. Suggestion came up, and I said, "Why not?" I think it's a great opportunity to explore, to help. I think I did a great job here in Argentina. Putting the foundation of practice and serious practice because it was very basic. And I think it's a really good opportunity to learn first of all, and to teach whatever I can, wherever I can help. Maybe come with energy and motivation to Canadian team, which I think it's important. It's like new air, and it's always good to think about where I can help, where am I needed. This is my idea, and do the best I can, of course.
Well, let me tell you, first, we are very excited and happy to have you. And a lot of people are waiting to see you in Montreal and in Canada, across Canada, I'm saying, because I'm
That's
sure they will be pleased to have you, and I'm sure we will have lots of requests to send you across Canada for training camps and things. So get ready. And Canada is big, so
Yeah,
lots of traveling.
that's great. That's great. And really, I had the greatest time when I was there. And I know you guys. I know you. I was like, when I was a competitor, I was with the Canadian competitors, because when I went alone to the traveling to the circuit, the world circuit, I would spend a lot of time with, with the Canadian team.
we're
Uh,
we're we're good people, I think.
yeah, yeah, you're great people. That's no, that's there's no doubt about it. And that you know don't like snow, there's no doubt about it.
Me, I'm because my family is European, and my
Ah,
grandfather, because he was from France, had the choice to go live in Australia or Canada. Can you believe he chose Canada? I said, why did you pick Canada? There is snow for 4 months a year. And he said, "Oh, people are so kind. It's so nice." So, no, I'm a motorcycle guy, just like you. No snow, please. No snow. But it's okay. Let's change this. Um, uh, since for you will be coming to Canada and you will, of course, you are needed, and I'm sure you will. We hope change some things and get us better. What are your goals for Canadian judo, and what are the biggest challenges you foresee you will face when you will come with us?
well, um, as I said, the goals are to be helpful. That's the main thing that I think it's important to see where I can help. Maybe it's I mean, Canadian judo is excellent, is great, but each and every individual, each and every judoka has different needs. So maybe I can help finding that need to that judoka and help figure out how I can help, because um, I think I have a lot of variety of techniques that I did as a player, as a judoka, and then started teaching them, uh, like converting them to not only competition but non-competition techniques that everybody can take something and make them their own technique, you
True.
know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So every coach has his way of teaching. Every coach has his method, of course. And my idea, of course, is to become part of a team. And in that team, everybody has uh, their own advantages, their own special things that they can give. Respecting that, um, respecting each individual that can help. My idea is to find where, like, you can make like a project of several athletes and see where you can help and teach like the whole thing to everybody, and everybody can take the individual thing that it's good for them.
Hmm.
So this is important, I think. The motivation is important, the communication is really really important. And I think I have a lot of experience because I traveled alone. Like most of my career as an athlete and as a coach, so I got the idea from many places how they train, the methods
The
they
methods. Yeah.
use. So because I was traveling alone, so I would become one of the Germans, I would become one of the Japanese, I would become one of the Israelis, I would become one of the Brazilians. So I got to know a lot of methods everywhere, and I could apply wherever was needed. So I think it's a nice advantage that
True.
it's good for us to use.
So you will be able, to say, okay, this athlete is more, let's say, I will pretend a more German way or a more Brazilian way of
Yes.
thinking, and then
Yes.
you apply this method to this person particularly.
Yeah, and of
Interesting.
course, you can actually see the methods in the competitors. You know how would work a German girl. You know how would work a Slovenian girl. You know how it's like typical methods that they use that we can use as well in order for us to train and be prepared. It's like when you go to Japan. You go to
Yes.
Japan, you learn from the Japanese, which are the greatest masters of judo and technique, and it's amazing to not just to see them, but to understand how they move, how they use the legs. That's amazing, and it takes time to understand. To,
True.
to so I
On my,
think
on just like you say for the feet, I remember Sensei Nakamura, our coach in Shidokan.
yeah,
He would always say, when you play in the feet, they don't think at the top. So play in the feet and do something else at the top, and it's over. It will be done.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But in order for us to be able to play with the feet, we need real adjustment.
Yes. Oh,
Adjustment in time,
so
yeah.
so that's why it will be your job to do the adjustment, and I'm sure you will find these tools. Yes, that's why you will be there.
So here I will present you to my cat that comes here and
Oh,
sorry, but he
and
just came and asked for some
so
attention.
attention. Yes. Well, you can. I have a dog, and his name is Leon, and Leon is probably a cat. He doesn't know, but he always wants attention, and he wants to
Oh,
be pet. So I have to close the door. Otherwise, he comes here, and he would be sitting and watching and trying to.
yeah,
So
I understand what you mean. So
it's
these cats are like dogs a little bit. They need attention. It's not normal.
high maintenance cats, and same thing. My dog is the same thing. Um, we discussed about the fact that at the beginning you said that you did judo, you stopped a little bit judo because it was not uh, you f- you had the feeling that it was not for a woman. You felt like a little bit oh, maybe it's not for me, maybe I would do something else. But where you to try to change some things or some mentalities, where in judo would you like to see more women involved?
Everywhere,
uh,
everywhere. There's yeah. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
it,
every
it's
station, every position, everywhere that a woman wants to be, it's good
she,
that she learns, she studies, and she can be there. That's of course, it's important. It's important because it's
I
a
love
different.
your answer,
Thank you.
because your
It's
answer
just
is
how
like it's
it's
like
not that I prepared or something. You asked me, and I think everywhere women have to be everywhere.
I, I was asking the question and I was expecting this kind of answer. Like, is that really a question? The question is everywhere, but
Yeah.
your answer tells me everything. So I'm happy we
Oh,
have it on the with Pat.
great. That's great. That's great because we need a lot of people that think the same thing. Just
True.
think like you, think like me, of course. And I know that in Canada there are a lot of people that think the same as you, which is not normal. It's not everywhere.
Of course, but
Uh,
we have our challenges as well, like every countries and everything. So, you know, um, if you could change or improve any aspect of judo, what would it be, and how would you like to see judo progress in the future?
well, I can't really say what I would change in judo. I mean, I like judo the way it is, and the changes that the IGF made. I know I'm politically correct right now, but
Oh no, you
they
can, you
made
can.
No, I'm asking, like, I'm telling you the truth. I think the changes, even though I like the grabbing of the legs and everything, but the changes that had been made by the IGF were actually in the benefit of judo, not because, someone just, I don't like the grabbing of the legs, because judo, we want it to be popular, we want it to be seen all over the world, we want it to be understood by people that
Understood.
don't know judo, and this is the main thing, that's why I think the IGF made those changes. So I actually trust them to make the best changes, in order for judo to grow. So the idea is that judo grows, and
Well,
we will never forget all the judo. We will never forget it, because we have a lot of masters and senseis that will keep teaching the whole judo, not only the competitive one.
no, the basic and the roots, the roots.
Of course, it's an important part of it.
Um, Hoping that we will be back to, I'll put it in a normal judo soon. Normal, you know. um, During this pause, and I put it like this, pause. What have you missed the most about judo?
Of course, being on the mat, being with people. Um, I think this is the main thing that you miss. It's like the contact, the people, and being with the foot with the feet on the tatami. That's the main thing. Just walking on the tatami.
Without socks, without shoes, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, yeah. I'm walking here in my house. I'm walking like without shoes, without anything. And but it's not the tatami.
True, true. And the feeling is different, but
Yeah,
let's cross
it
our
will
fingers.
sore. First, it will sore. It will hurt because we're
Yeah,
not used.
true. But it will come back soon, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, for
So,
sure.
okay, Daniela, um, you asked me a question about, because of course I send you some questions before and everything. And in the chat with Pat, as usual, there is the team number two, which is the quiz.
The quiz.
Yes,
Oh,
and you wrote me, what is this? What is the quiz? I'm like, oh, it's just some questions. So, just to tell you, people are always a little bit stressed sometimes about this quiz, but do not worry. It's
so I will put my glasses so I can Google it, right? No, I'm just
oh no
kidding.
no Eh, no no no. It's not gonna work like this. Okay, so there will be three questions, and
Okay.
trust me, two of them will be on Argentinian judo, on Argentina's judo, and one about Canadian judo. Because now
Can
you
it?
will become assistant national coach, so we have to make sure that you have some knowledge of our history and stuff like this. So
Okay.
three little questions. I give you no clue yet. Okay.
Give me
First,
a clue. Come on.
maybe. Question one. Since 1956, how many world medals did Argentina's judoka have won totally?
Totally.
Yes.
Uh, I would say four. The first one is Carolina Mariani in '95. The second one was mine in 2003. And then I think Paula Pareto won two medals in World Championship, or just one.
She won three.
She won three, so it's five totally.
Yes.
All
I,
right, I got it.
yes, it's five because Paola won three, one gold, one silver, and one bronze,
All
and
right, yeah.
and the two other ones. So half point for
Half
this one.
point.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
okay, okay. Three
Okay.
judokas. Three women. Okay.
True. Three women. Yeah. Question number two. Maybe this one is a little bit harder, but please be nice with me when you come to Canada and don't hurt me for this one. In 1980, it was the first woman world judo championship in New York.
Right.
How how many competitors did Argentina brought to this event?
Oh, you are very nasty because I know Karen Bridge. Personally, she's great, the first female to win a world championship in New York. But Argentina, I don't think they took
No, no,
anyone.
I'm just asking how many competitors do you think Argentina brought?
How many competitors? Not women.
Yes, how many women competitors were at this world championship from Argentina?
From Argentina.
Yes, and I have the list here, and I also have I cannot show you, and I also have the draw and everything is out here.
Oh,
Do you
so
want to have a clue?
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm interested to know because I didn't know Argentina sent anybody
Yes, they
to
did.
to
Uh,
to the World Championship.
okay, I'll give you a clue. It's between 5 and 7. So it's
Wow.
between five. You can choose 5, 6, or 7.
So if it's between, it's six.
No, no, I didn't express it properly. You have to choose 5,
So
6,
I
or
would
7.
choose five. I would choose five. I really
Are you sure? Is it your final answer?
Pete. Let me look at you like this. It's seven.
They had 7 competitors at this tournament.
Wow, Argentina
Yes.
surprised me. I mean, it's not a fair question because I was living in Israel. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. I give you half point. I give you half point.
You can give me no points. I'm okay with it.
Uh,
We see each other when I'm in Montreal. Okay, don't worry.
I will not come to judo.
So I think
Uh,
it's a whole point.
okay, I give you the whole point. Last question. This one, it's about Canadian judo.
All right.
Who is the most? Who? No, let me start again. Who got the best result ever at Olympic Games as a woman in judo? Who has the best result ever at Olympic Games as a woman?
So okay. Can I ask just a question? Just to
Sure.
because really I don't know the answer, but I can think of something. Did Canada had an Olympic medal for a woman?
Nope.
So Marilyn, that would
Bingo.
be yes. So fifth place. So yeah,
Yes, same
uh,
Olympic Games.
as
The as you fifth at Olympic Games. That's the best result ever for a woman, Canadian woman at Olympic Games.
yeah,
Yes.
she's a competitor. Yes, of course.
So we will have two fifth at Olympic Games in our place. So I give you 2 points for this one. I want to make sure that you two together don't jump on me and no, 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 please. So 2 points for you for this one. So see, you got 3 points. Half plus two is makes three. It's good.
I think I think the fear works for you.
Oh, you found this very. It was not so hard to
Yeah,
find.
you have to find the advantage wherever you can. You have to find the.
Okay, so before every time I ask a last question to my guest, it's called the theme wisdom because with experience, with everything, we will get your wisdom when you come. But before, I want to people watch the chat with Pat. So COVID-19 has disrupted our normal and given as new normal to experience at the moment. What judo tips or judo habits you would recommend and you would like to see young athletes adopt in order to return properly to judo? So
Okay.
a lot of judokas have not done judo or been able to do judo properly for almost 1 year in Canada.
Yeah.
And we will come back to tournaments and things soon. So as a coach, what tips would you give them or say, hey, this, you should do this, or not this?
So I think that first of all, you have to take small steps, really small steps, just um, like renewing your judo or re-educating yourself to be a judoka. You can't go into the tatami thinking that your body remembers everything because it doesn't. So what I would recommend is to really take it slow and not expect results or not expect from yourself the best performance. Just be patient with the results, with yourself, with your body. Let the time make its own pace. That's the main thing. I think it's important because we are not used to the contact. We're not used to the falling. We're not used
Yes.
to the same reactions that we did before the pandemic, the COVID. So that's an important issue in order for you not to be injured, mainly, and the psychological aspects has a lot to do with it because if you expect yourself to be just the same as you were before COVID in a month or so, then it's a big
You-
risk.
it's a risk and you can get very injured and maybe you will stop judo because you're discouraged.
Yes, exactly. So that's is a basic thing. You have to go slowly, uh,
And be patient.
and be patient. Yeah, be patient with yourself, with others.
Excellent. So folks, I hope you've been listening to Daniela. Please take your time, be patient, and you will be back on the mats. And tournaments will be coming back soon as well in Canada, and we will be very pleased to see them fight again. All excited. Oh yes. Well, Daniela, for us, for me, this is it for the chat with Pat. I am honored to have you tonight on this show. I was very pleased to meet you for the first time ever in real person and to discuss with you. And I'm very excited to see you come in Canada soon and become our one of our national coach.
thank,
Congratulations,
thank you.
congratulations for everything. And
Thank It's a great honor, and I'm looking forward to it. I receive a lot of encouragement and a lot of support from many people, so I'm grateful. So really, it's been a
well, we're
pleasure.
very happy. We're expecting you very soon. As soon as you will come, we will announce it to the whole community for sure.
And I'm studying French, so maybe next interview would be in French. Huh? Oh.
Oh oui, on va parler français.
Ouais, je veux, mais Doucement, doucement.
OK, excellent. Alors, tu vas pouvoir pratiquer avec Andrei.
Oh, ouais.
Oui, vous pourrez parler français. Et oh, c'est bien, tu commences déjà bien. Bravo.
Merci, merci.
Well, Daniela, thank you so much for your time, for your patience. We're very excited to see you soon here in Canada. And don't forget, put the Harley into a nice container, put it nicely wrapped, and bring it with you so we can go for rides.
Right.
All right?
Thank you again.
Thank,
Happy Women's Day,
yes.
International Women's Day to everyone. And thank you for having me, Pat.
Thank you so much. We talk soon again and uh, have a good night. For you, it's 2 hours more, so have a good sleep.
Yeah. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Kiss
Bye bye.
you. Bye.